105 AM. Just a reminder that this hour of News and Views has been sponsored by African Muslims Agency. African Muslims Agency, a beacon of hope to communities for over 35 years in Africa and beyond. It is exactly 9:46 AM News and Views on Salam Media this Monday morning, and we now are going to cross over to an Al-Imdaad representative, Al-Imdaad Foundation representative, and that is Abed Karim. He's going to talk to us about the relief efforts on snow-stricken areas in the Berg. We do know, we've seen all of those pictures. It doesn't look like South Africa at all, but we do know that hundreds of motorists were stuck at Van Rynen's Pass. Very sadly, we've heard there have been 2 fatalities due to the snowbound areas that motorists have found themselves in over the past day or two. Alhamdulillah, Al-Imdaad Foundation and a whole host of other aid agencies made their way speedily to the scene to try and assist to the best of their ability. Abed Karim, salamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you and to the listeners throughout the country.
Thank you for being on the show this morning. And I understand you were stuck in your car for 17 hours. Is that correct?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First and foremost, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it possible for us, to respond to those who were stacked up on the highway between Pietermaritzburg, Escort, and Ladysmith and Harrismith. This is where most of the situation had taken place. But on your question about our team, we were on our way back from Durban, and when we were close to Nottingham Road, we had seen a whole lot of cars stacked up, and we didn't know the reason why. And then they were told that there was black snow on the road, which means it's very slippery. It's like ice. You will slip and fall. Cars could be in accidents, etc. So they stopped the entire traffic before Midway and the near Escort. So yes, we were there in the car for our 17 hours, and we came out of there the next day about 12 o'clock or so. And that too, we had to hike a lift with ambulance services and cross the highway with snow, and that is knee high. And I mean it knee high, because we personally were there. And we jumped into the ambulance, and the ambulance also got stuck. Then we had to walk for another half a kilometer in the snow. Then we had to hike a lift with another bucket, and alhamdulillah, the Al-Imdaad teams were all on the other side waiting to come and take us, to a safer point at our offices. So alhamdulillah, experience something different. Experience that is, we now understand what it is to be trapped in snow. The whole night you have to have your car idling. You need to have sufficient petrol. You need to have enough food, water, etc. And in our case, alhamdulillah, we stopped in Pietermaritzburg and we just bought a few things and said, look, till we get home. And luckily we did that, because there were people around us looking for jumper cables to start their vehicles, battery with it, looking for food, looking for water. One lady came to us, please, can you all arrange some hot water? My baby hasn't been fed and I need to give her milk, etc. So when you are in the midst of it, you have a proper understanding of the dilemma, the challenges, all the things that people go through. And also at the same time, there's anxiety, there's worry. Would you ever come out from here? When you're going to get home? When you're going to get to a warmer place? Once you switch the car off, you are getting frozen in the car because the snow is falling on top of you. So these are some of the experiences that we had as practitioners, disaster response practitioners, first hand in snow. Over the years, we've been responding between these 2 points of Moy River, Escort, Balboa, and all these areas, Harrismith, Van Riemen Heights, etc. But we were more giving out, but this time around, it was we who were stuck. And we understand what is the need for multi-sectorial, disciplinaries to get together and to reach people as quick as possible. because the biggest challenge was that people were with children. And I mean, we won't go into all that. We've seen it on social media, etc. But one thing that has come out from here that the Al-Imdaad Foundation teams, alhamdulillah, immediately were in action the night before on Friday morning, and the next day. And on Fandrinan Heights, we left at after Isha, and we finished about 5 o'clock in the morning after Fajr, helping people and assisting out with food, thermal blankets, hygiene packs, etc., etc. The biggest challenge also, how does one, use the bathroom facilities? How does one
Mm.
relieve oneself? These are such great challenges, and we personally, and if you are diabetic, it is hectic. There were 2 cases of one person, with heart failure and so forth. They had to turn around and try and make a plan and send him away to Moirova, the nearest point that you could get to. So there are many challenges in this case. But I think what's important to understand here that the National Disaster Management, the NTTC, the National Road Traffic Inspectorate, all these people, they need to sit down and put a proper plan of how to mitigate before it happens. If the warnings are out, vehicles must be stopped, whether you like it or not, to go into the situation, and now you are drowning and you're getting melted and etc. Because
Mm.
this is where the problem is. When you're stuck in that snow, there's no way you can move any direction. No way. People were walking like 14 kilometers to Midway to go and buy food in the
Sure.
snow. And then if you get frozen in there, if you get cold in there, you could die. And as the other 2 persons that passed on, and our condolences to their families. So it is something, that the disaster management, the national government, corporate governments, and traditional affairs have to sit down and work out a proper plan. They have a plan in place. But unfortunately, it always there are gaps in situations. We were
Mm.
told that they're still waiting for graders to come from the Free State side. Local municipalities will have to bring in their graders. So the quicker you grade the road, the quicker the traffic can at least start moving. 1 or 2 trucks, cars, all can start moving. But these are some of the challenges I would think at the national level that has to be sorted out. But one thing that comes out very clear, alhamdulillah, I must say that the Muslim community of South Africa, from every part of South Africa, Azadville, Stanger, Lenasia, Benoni, Mayfair, you name it, all the nearby towns, Newcastle Brothers, all have vision. How can we respond? Many of them even came and brought in, food and whatever they can do. Communities from Ladysmith, communities from Escort, NGOs, Muslim and non-Muslim, civil society, formations, all were involved to get in there. But the biggest problem is, how do you get on top of Fandrinan Heights, and how long can you go? It is freezing, it is cold, and the wind is blowing, and you are in like knee-high, what they call snow. So it was a very difficult situation, but alhamdulillah, the Al-Imdaad Foundation and many others had responded, and whatever we could do, yes, we did not help everybody, but whoever we could get to and reach out. The brothers from Harrisburg came from Montrose, and I had seen also at some of the garages they had made makeshift toilets and etc. Because that was the biggest thing for children and people with sick and old, infirm, children, etc. But there has to be a real plan in place going forward, because every year we sit in the snow protocol meetings. Al-Imdaad is on the advisory forum of the snow protocol meetings, starting right from Johannesburg right up to entering Durban. We sit in all those meetings. The one near Heidelberg, there is a control room in Harrismith. There is another program at Moirova and Nottingham Road, where all these meetings take place before snow, 2 months before snow. What are your plans? What are you going to do? Government, what you going to do? Local municipalities, do you have graders? Do you have salt to put on the road to melt the snow as it is falling? And etc. and etc. But one thing that we need to sit down and say that how do we get into the midst of it while people are stuck there? But that should not happen going forward. You need to stop the traffic a day before and with the protocols and follow the proper communication skills and all those things and get people to stop. Rather, you stay out of the snow than getting into the snow and having all these challenges.
Well, alhamdulillah, let's hope and pray that all the role players will have learned a lesson from this situation this weekend, and going forward, more planning will be put in place and that everyone does become proactive. Having said that, as we wrap up the interview, what is the situation and the condition of the roads as you and I speak? Just correct me if I'm wrong, you are based in Ladysmith, are you not?
I am based in Ladysmith, Al-Imdaad
Yeah.
Foundation officer in Escort, but we are very close to both of the areas where all the stacking of vehicles takes place. That is the Tanzanian Heights, which is only about 18 kilometers away from us, from Ladysmith, and from Escort, it is about 10 kilometers to get onto the main highway. So we are right on the heart of it, and we are saying that as the Al-Imdaad Foundation, yes, all those who are traveling, when you have this, announcement made and the warnings coming out, please delay your what they call trips. Delay your trip
Okay,
because if you
so
come from Ahmadouba, currently
currently,
the
Abed,
situation,
yeah.
the roads are all empty, it's moving as normal and it's free. It's just the stacks and stacks of snow on the side of the road, like big boulders. They're all on the side of the road, but the traffic is moving both ways. The highways are open and everything is running well. There is no vehicles on the highway. There's no trucks stuck on the highway. Everything is flowing free for Alhamdulillah.
And I guess the important message you would give to all of those motorists is drive with caution. Don't try and make up for lost time because you could lose your life in the process of doing so because the roads are still very slippery, are they not?
Yes, the roads at this moment are not slippery. I taken a ride this morning to Fandrine and to have a look what's happening. It is blanketed with snow. You think as you're sitting in New Zealand or you're somewhere in Europe where snow falls. But I've seen one or two vehicles stopping with their kids and taking photos, and this is where the problem is. The sightseers. And I think RTI is putting a very big stop on it at the moment. I see the vehicles are all on the Fandrine of it. And they're putting a stop to you because I took a ride this morning to have a look and see what's happening on the road. So I can tell you from the ground here what is happening.
Abed Karim, representative from Al-Imdaad Foundation, you guys are always on the ground when there are disasters happening. I know that I've spoken with you in the past regarding the floods in Ladysmith. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your efforts. Keep safe. And let's hope that, inshallah, this, doesn't recur again. And all of those motorists that are going down on holiday, that they have a safe trip to their destination. Shukran for talking with us this morning and Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam.
It is exactly 9:58 News and Views wrapping up, but we do have one final interview lined up. We are going to be talking to Dr. Fauzia Siddiqui, the sister of the imprisoned Dr. Afia Siddiqui.